Heyo everyone, it's IcicleFerret here, back for another game of Warframe. It's Valentine's Day, so I got to thinking to myself, what can I do that's special for Valentine's Day? And, well, I figure I can do a companion episode. See, I've got this little guy all ready to go. There he is, Taxon. He's one of the new sentinels. He's actually the newest sentinel just released. And I haven't actually played with him yet, so I'm going to give him a whirl. I'm going to see what he can do. So in order to play with him, we're going to have to equip him. Sorry, Helios. We're going to equip Taxon. Now, I haven't actually done any research on this guy. I don't really know what he's capable of. He's supposed to be support, oriented. Beyond that, I really don't know. So this is going to be an adventure for you and me. Let's get this guy all kitted up. Somewhere in here. This probably isn't very exciting. If I can figure out how to cut video, I'll probably just cut straight to the actual fun part. Actually, let's improve some of these mods here. So you may be wondering why I only went up 4 ranks on this instead of just going all the way to the 5th star. And that's just something I do because it feels like getting to that last point is diminishing returns, especially when you can sit these guys on a polarity slot that halves their cost. So, this is 6 point, this costs 6, and it's on a slot that makes it cost half, so it would be 3. So I'm getting 2 levels for only 1. I'm getting 2 card levels for only 1 actual level on my Sentinel here. If I were to go up to the 5th slot, this would cost, it would be like a 1-to-1 instead of a 1-to-2 conversion, if that makes sense. So that's why I do that. It's, I don't like spending more than I have to, if that makes sense. But, let's see what else I can put on this guy. I want to keep him alive. Oh, that's too much. I want to keep him alive more than I want him to be really helpful. Just because I want to see what he can do. So, throw a regen on him, and good enough. Let's upgrade the Artax. I don't really know what to put on here. See, a lot of these are already on my main weapon, and if I put them here, it won't let me. And it'll say, oh, this mod's already in use, you can't use it. So, you know what, since it is Valentine's Day, let's do something a little special. There we go. And let's make our Taxon pink as well. There. Happy Valentine's Day. I give you the Warframe of death and the undead. Alright. So as I was thinking about Valentine's Day and what could we possibly do for Valentine's Day? I thought what could be more romantic than murdering lots and lots of enemies? So we're gonna play a survival mission. This looks like a good one. And plus I could use some argon crystals. So we'll see if we can farm some argon crystals while figuring out what Taxon does while being pink.
Keep the enemy busy while a fellow Tenno operative raids the ship for supplies. Ready? Trigger the alarm. Life support.
Alright, if I lost audio for a second there, I apologize. I was checking a different window.
Fallen enemies will drop crucial life support. Be on the lookout.
So out of all the game types, I would have to say survival's probably my least favorite. It's not really because it's a bad game type. It is certainly a great way to get EXP and large amounts of materials. It's just, I don't know, it's not very engaging. You just kind of start playing survival and you zone out. You know, it's just wave after wave after wave of these guys, and all the enemies are basically the same. You know, yeah, there's Grenier and there's Corpus, and they all have different little things, but they're basically all the same. Some are just take more hits to go down than others. And yeah, there is the life support thing. You constantly have to keep your eye on how much life support you have, otherwise you'll fail the mission. Or have to extract. I think they changed that now. It's not an auto-fail. You have like a certain amount of seconds to extract, and then you fail. Which is kind of nice. It's a little bit more forgiving if if you're in the middle of a heated firefight and you completely forget about monitoring life support. But overall, just this whole mission type is not very engaging. Mentally, anyway. I suppose if you were the kind of person who wants to sit here for 60 minutes and more, yeah, it would require a lot of thought because these enemies are constantly coming at you and you really need to kill them, but I'm not the kind of person to do that. I don't have time for that. Maybe time's not the best word. I just don't have the attention span for that. That's it. Ow.
Life support on the way.
Let's go up and grab this so it gets off of my map. I'm already under 50% life support. In case you're wondering, I have modified my melee weapon. I forgot the name of it. It's one of the newer weapons. I've modified it with blast damage, so when the enemies go flying, it's because of that.
Life support has been replenished.
Oh great. It's either Stalker or Syndicate showing up to kill me. Oh, and I didn't bring any of my good weapons. Oh, it's a Syndicate. shadows here helping me out. There is that. Blast damage. More blast damage. I'm just gonna sit here and go like this, and if you get in my way, I can't be held responsible. Taxon's doing pretty good. I think his little laser thing is causing them to fall down, which is allowing me to do the ground attack. Or maybe mine just hitting them in the face is causing them to fall down. Either way, I'm not complaining.
I've delivered another life support capsule.
Need some more life support. I'm not even watching my health. Is anybody watching my health and shields? Is Taxon beefing them up occasionally?
Going for a while. The extraction is available if you need it. The raid is off to a successful start.
Oh, shields went up. That might be the new mod that I just installed. Not necessarily Taxon himself. Ooh, lots of stuff from those guys. I do like that his little laser is like an auto cold effect. That does help a lot. Let's try killing you. There we go.
Prepare for life support.
Let's grab this up here. More life support. Where is everybody?
Additional life support has arrived.
Got some desecrate going on here. So I'm really glad DE decided to add Taxon to the game. They kind of identified that Sentinels and Companions in general were not something that they had a proper tutorial for the beginner player. It was just kind of something that was there, and, you know, if you did the Howl of the Kubrow, however that's pronounced, Howl of the Kubrow quest, then suddenly you got a Kubrow that you really didn't know what to do with, you didn't know what its capable abilities were, kind of thing, and so they decided they would add Taxon to be kind of an introduction to the Sentinels and the Companions, which are awesome because Sentinels and Companions are awesome. But when I got Taxon, and I don't know if this is just because he was introduced and I already had a pretty well-established character, or if that's just how they're introducing him completely, but anyway, when I got him, it was just an email from the Lotus, and she sent me his blueprint, which kind of defeats the purpose of giving players a tutorial, because it's literally just, here's this thing, go make it. It's not this, you know, it's not this drawn-out affair that's actually encouraging players to, you know, explore it and really learn the mechanics behind it. It was pretty easy to make, which is also nice. A lot of these Sentinels can be pretty resource intensive. Looking at you, Jin. Actually, Helios was pretty tough too, if I recall. Yeah, Jin and Helios, I think, were the most resource intensive ones to build. I really like this weapon. This was a rank 0 weapon, and because I'm MR 21, I have like 20 points worth of mods into this, and it is just ripping through these guys. It's doing way better than my Quanta Vandal. Which I wasn't thinking, I should have brought the Toncore. I mean, at first glance, Warframe seems like a real simple, you know, run and gun shooter game. You just equip a weapon, you just and go out and slaughter hordes and hordes of cloned enemies, which, you know,
Consider extraction.
I'm not going to fault you for saying that, because that's kind of what it is, but there is a built-in meta to the game, like, and, you know, especially in games like, or not games, but game modes like survival, you'll definitely want a weapon that can deal a lot of damage to a lot of enemies, so you want a crowd control weapon, you want an AoE weapon. Something like Tonkor works great. Soma, just things that can throw out a lot of damage at a lot of things fast. But then there are also more game types where you just want single point damage, and that's where your sniper rifles and your shotguns really come into play. And knowing what the difference is, knowing what you need, can really make you a more effective fighter. You know, it's like, and there's also kind of a little bit of you know, people can make fun of the Tonkor. I really like it, but people make fun of it because it's kind of like a noob weapon. You know, it's the, what was it, Battlefield or Call of Duty had the noob tube. It's the grenade launcher or rocket launcher or whatever it was at the bottom of your gun. It was really powerful, really easy to use, but there were more powerful weapons in the game. They just required a little more skill to use, and I feel Tonkor is kind of like that. It's really simple to use, incredibly powerful, and it really does shine for new players or people who maybe don't have the time to spend in the game working on their own skills. And it allows them to just destroy everything. Wow, I'm getting completely murdered by whatever's down there. Taxon, heal me. I don't know where all my HP went. There we go. There's Taxon. Oh, jeez. Well, alright, I think with this setup, that's probably my cue to leave. But, yeah, so I was talking about the Tonkor. And, you know, the Tonkor, it's a nice weapon. I wish I kind of had equipped it now. I'm regretting my choices. I regret my life choices. But, yeah, I kind of wish I had equipped it because the Tonkor is a really nice weapon, especially for, like I said, the new player or someone who's maybe not quite as skilled. What is taking my health? Do I have any abilities on? I have no idea. Oh, I ran out of... That's what happened. I ran out of, Where's the exit? I thought the exit was this way. I ran out of life support, that's what happened. I'm too busy talking about Taxon and Tonkors. Where seriously is the exit? I thought it was that way. Now it's telling me it's this way. Anyway. Oh no. Well, my poor Warframe playing aside, I hope you got at least an idea of what Taxon can do. He is a more support-based little guy.
Mission complete. Excellent.
And he does have a freeze aura, which is nice. Unfortunately, I did not bring anything that was really good for survival. And I ran out of life support before I could really get a good run in there for you. But that's that. So, happy Valentine's Day, everybody. And I will see you next time.